Greetings, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. We are in 2020 officially. I will that everyone has been having an amazing start to their new year. Peace, 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 peace. Everyone coming in, peace. Greetings. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Let me give it a couple minutes. Y'all know I just jump right in. Just jump right in, Donna. Greetings, peace be. April. Let's see who else I see that I know. King Glenn. Peace. Hey, y'all, hey. Okay, Queen of her Thrones. So I wanted to just get on here. So this will be my first live of the year. I had to take that first week to really just marinate in myself, do the things that I need to do for myself and my family, and just kind of take time to, you know, be still. Sometimes we don't know how to be still, even when my volume low. You can't hear me? Can anybody else hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know, because King Glenn said he can't hear me. He said my volume low. Can you hear me? Everybody good? King Glenn, it's your phone. Your regular phone. Okay, everybody else said it's good. All right, we good. It's you. Okay, it's you, boo. It's you. One of the questions that I always hear is, how do I let go? Or how do I relinquish ego? How do I get to this destination? Because y'all are putting this awakening and this journey into this fixated destination. Almost like you still are in a religion. I'm not picking on you if you are, but almost like you're in a religion, and you know how they tell you to be good your whole life and you get to salvation or you get to heaven. It's almost like y'all looking at it as if I meditate enough, if I do my candles or do my intentions enough, then I'm going to reach this heightened destination, this spiritual enlightening, this awakening, this eyes getting ready to happen, and there's going to be this glow around me and all of this stuff. And I'm like, that ain't what happened. That's not it. Peace, Kiki. Okay, so be mindful of fixating over this destination. Be mindful of how you are fixating over the destination that you think you're going to arrive. The destination that you seek is already inside you. The destination that you're looking for is already here. You ain't got nowhere to go, boo. It's already there. It's not in this faraway land. You ain't got to dig through this stuff. You ain't got to, go through all. You got to think of it like this. Okay, my women, I know y'all can understand and relate because I just went through this yesterday. Know how you know that you put your favorite pair of shoes in that closet? You know your shoes in that closet. Or your favorite pair of earrings. I know I put it in this drawer. This is my jewelry drawer. I know I put it in there. And you looking and you going through all the stuff. Finally, you get frustrated and be like, let me just dump the whole drawer out. Or let me just empty the whole closet out so I can look for what I can find what I'm looking for. That's how you need to look at your awakening. You're going to have to dump all this stuff out because it's already here. There's not a class, a book, a guru, or anyone that can give you what you already have. All we are doing is awakening what's already in you. That's why it's called a spiritual awakening. All we are doing is flipping on the light. Okay? All we are doing is taking a broom to that closet and like, let me sweep that closet out. Okay? This is what you have to realize. Stop. Stop feeling like y'all got to get 100 readings because you don't. And I do readings. This is how I make my money. Let's be clear. I do readings. But you don't need 100 readings. You don't need 100 readings. Because the answer that you need It's already inside of you. You already know the answer. You don't need to take 100 classes. I teach classes. Let's be clear. But you don't need that. Some of y'all do. Let me rewind it. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all so deep in the rabbit hole that you need help on how to get out the rabbit hole. So that's what the books are for. That's what the classes are for. That's what the gurus are for. That's what the life coaches are for. To help you get out the rabbit hole. But once you get out that rabbit hole, now you have a clear sense of yourself. You have a clear sense of the guidance that you need. Okay? But you even got to have the common sense to say, I'm so deep in the rabbit hole right now, I need help. I'm so deep in this ditch that I dug that I need help getting out the ditch. So yes, you're going to have to listen, but you can kind of create. I'm not going to lie to y'all because like I said, I do all of this stuff too, but I ain't going to lie to y'all. Y'all can create the program and the routine and the thing that you need to awaken your inner goddess or your inner God. It's not that hard, baby. You just have to be willing to be disciplined and committed to your own self-growth. You got to do that. Nobody can do this for you. I can't come and hold all of y'all hand and tell y'all to meditate every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get up and do mine. I might go back to sleep, but I'm going to get up and do mine. Or you going to do yours? I can't tell you to practice mindfulness and make sure that before you touch this phone in the morning, that you actually operate in a spirit of gratitude, that you go through your list. What am I thankful for? Even if it's the simplest thing, you might be having a tower-ass moment at this moment in time. But you got to look at it from a space of, I'm thankful because I woke up. Somebody didn't wake up. I'm thankful because if you have children, that my babies are still living. Because somebody baby in the hospital, somebody baby just got shot. Be thankful for the simplest pleasures in life. I had to remind myself, because y'all know I'm pregnant. So I be having my days, I ain't gonna lie. I be having my days that I be like, look, little bruh, I'm gonna need you to get your whole life together because you're taking me through a whole lot right now. But guess what? I had to remind myself, somebody wants to be pregnant right now. Somebody trying to have a baby and they can't have it. Somebody sitting there taking shots every morning and can't get the baby to stay long enough. Somebody that had 5 miscarriages already. Somebody on bed rest. Thank God that they ain't put me on bed rest. I be talking about it. I will be okay with it. No, I won't. I'm lying. Okay? Somebody is going through it more than me. So how I keep my reality in check is that I look at stuff like that. I have my moments that I look at those people who are going through more than I am. I have my moments that I look at, because anybody who know me know that I don't really do social media as much as that my business is ran through social media. I don't look at a lot of stuff. I don't look at the news. I don't feed my subconscious with anything negative. But when I feel like that I am operating in a lower frequency, because yes, me too, I get there too. The first thing that I do is set up my triggers. What am I not consistent in? What am I not operating in my gratitude? Let me remind myself why I should be grateful. Let me remind myself that I'm not homeless. Let me remind myself that I can hug and kiss on my babies when I want to. That both of my parents are still living. That I can hug and kiss on them if I want to. Okay? Be in a space that you remind yourself consistently on a daily basis of your greatness, of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Create task lists for yourself. Quit getting up and not doing nothing. If you sitting there, you know how they say the mind is a devil's playground? It is. Okay, let's be clear. And that devil's playground, the devil is your ego. Okay. The devil is your ego. The ego will convince you of some BS. So you have to be aware that this is ego, that this is something else, that this is, not my higher self talking right now. So let me get the closet open and dig this shit out. Let me open that drawer and dump everything out the drawer. Because what I need to do is understand that everything I'm looking for is right here. I already have it. I already have it. There's not a crystal in the world that's going to make you realize what's already here. You can't burn enough incense. You can't sage your ego away. Let's be clear. You can't sage the ego away. The ego still be there. Y'all be swearing y'all removing demons. Your ass is still in the house. I'm just saying. You are your own worst enemy. Nothing can happen to you without you allowing that energy in the first place. Nothing can happen to you. Nobody can get on your nerves unless you allow that energy. Okay? You got to be real honest and open with yourself and say, what am I doing? Where am I holding myself accountable? How am I really operating in my true self and my higher self compared to this low frequency person that's over here? Okay? Be honest with yourself. Be clear with yourself. Be real. Like I said, get them closets open. This is the perfect year. You ain't get it all done last year. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to go through a crash course real quick. It's okay. Let's just be real so you can get this work done. Because you're going to have a year that this year can be very beneficial. It's going to be very fruitful. It's going to be very abundant. Okay? It's going to be a very abundant year. But guess what? You got to do the work. You got to be committed this year. You got to be disciplined this year. This is going to require a different type of discipline this year. All right? It's going to require a different type of discipline. Exactly, April. Honesty equals transparency. If you can't be honest and transparent with yourself, you shouldn't even be having relationships. You should not even be talking to nobody. I'm sorry. You can't even be honest and transparent with yourself? I don't want you as my friend. I don't. You can keep that over there. All right. So, I just had that on my heart. I actually woke up. I wish I could pull up what I wrote last night. In the middle of the night, I woke up and I was like, mastery of self. That's the next part of the part 2 of the workbook. If you have not gotten part 1, look, after I done went and did that whole speech. If you have not gotten workbook 1, A Journey to Self, get that. Part 2 I'm working on now. The planners are out so you can be disciplined. These are tools, and I say this all the time. Anything that I do is a tool because it's here to help you guide and navigate what you already know. It's help to make you really be real with yourself and to uncover what's in you. Period. So the planner, it's on my website. But the planner is, do I have a link for the planner? The planner is on the website. So it's just like the workbook. All the exercises that's in the workbook is in there. It also have divination pages if you do divination, but it's only a divination for the month. It's an opportunity for you to do your symbolism, because all of us see those synchronicities, the numbers, okay? All of the symbols and signs. It's got a few things in the actual planner, okay? The planner. But you gotta be disciplined. Even with this, I can give you this tool, but if you buying this and then sitting this on the shelf somewhere, or sitting it with the rest of the books that you done bought, and you're not using it, you're not being intentional, guess what? It's not gonna help. You know how much stuff I done had? Boy, I'm make sure I take a picture. I'm about to do my book shelf, hopefully, between the day and tomorrow. I promise you, I done bought so many books since I was 15. So many books. I got a whole damn library. Literally. Okay? I got books in storage. But it wasn't until I was intentional about actually applying the knowledge that I was remembering. Because that's what we do. We get the books. We memorize some shit. There's a couple of light bulbs that go off. You're like, oh, okay. A month later, you still doing the same craziness that you was doing before you bought the book. Don't get these tools and then you not using them. Don't get your tools and you not using them. I don't care what it is. Don't get, I ain't even got my other oil in here. Don't get patchouli talking about you grounding yourself, but you don't really understand the essence of grounding. Exactly. DJ Rastafari said, we come to conquer and do great things. And even beyond that, you come to just be. You came to be, beloved. None of this stuff is complicated. You make it complicated. None of this stuff has to attach to your spirit the way you're allowing it to attach to your spirit. Okay? Stop doing that. Stop being so in your feelings to the point where you are allowing it to destroy or disrupt your day, your happiness, your joy. You mad over because the man at the damn, like our smoothie place, I'm talking, that's a prime example. We always tend to go to Tropical Smoothie and get a smoothie up here, up the road. And one of the people, I swear, somebody always mess up an order. But y'all would get totally out of order, out of line, one of them cuss this man out because he done put too much whatever in your drink. One time they put so much ginger in our drink, we couldn't even taste none of the other fruits. It was a ginger drink. Okay? But for me, it was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to drink it. It's okay. It's not that serious. Because you don't know what's going on in that person's life. You don't know what's going on in that person's journey. And you add into their chaos and dysfunction, not only is taken away from them, but it's taken away from you. You took 5 minutes out your day to cuss this man out because you don't know the sense of peace. You don't know the sense of allowing shit to just be shit. Okay? Stop carrying that. Stop holding on to that stuff. Quit allowing people to push our buttons. Quit allowing people to trigger you. They only triggering you because you haven't found your sense of self yet. When you get in that pocket, and when you get in that pocket, it's very far and few things that will disturb your peace because you understand how important that is. And I want y'all babies to stop saying you honoring your shadow side, because no the hell you ain't. Obviously, you don't understand what shadow self means. And if you do understand what shadow self means, you wouldn't say no craziness like that. Quit saying that it's okay for you to pop off on somebody. It's okay for you to use your throat chakra, even though some people be needing that throat chakra. I swear they do. Okay? There's a way to say stuff without it taking away from your peace and happiness, and without it taking away from who that person is. Stop entertaining that this gray area is okay for y'all. This gray area is some bullshit. That's ego. Let's be clear. That gray area that y'all keep wanting to create so you'll feel good about the stuff that you're not doing right and exact on, that is some BS. Let's be clear. You either it's black or white. I'm sorry. Quit letting people fool y'all into like, oh, this is honoring who I am and da 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 da. No, it's not. No, it's not. That pop off energy that's in you, yes, you're supposed to know how to use it at the right time. The right time is when you are at war. The right time is when it's truly necessary, when you're supposed to pull upon that energy to protect you and yours. That's the right time. Not because the damn grocer misbagged your stuff. Not because you went out to eat and your food cold. Not because somebody hurt your feelings because they ain't do something they say they was supposed to do. None of that. When it's time to go to war, that's when you need to come out of pocket. Y'all want to use all that energy, you want to light all these candles and do all these rituals. Use it when it's necessary. Quit using it for superficial stuff. Quit thinking that you need to light a candle because your money ain't right. Why don't you start with self first? Start with yourself. Why is my money not right? Maybe there's something that I'm doing in my personal dynamic that's making my money not be right. My money funny right now. Okay, my money ain't flowing to me right now. Why? That's something that you're doing. What are you not doing? That lighting that candle is a temporary fix. And not only is it a temporary fix, it's superficial as hell. Light a candle for some of these damn, I'm not going to say clear people today. Light a candle for some of these clear people that want to create destruction in our community. Okay? Light a candle for people who sit in there killing your brothers and sisters. All right? Light a candle for some of that shit. Light a candle for some of these people that's damn out here molesting children. Light a candle for that shit. But y'all steady wanting to light candles for some old basic superficial stuff that you have the power and the ability to manifest on your own because you are God. You are connected to divinity. You are connected to the universe. The universe works in hand with you. And because you are connected with the universe, because you are one and the same, anything that you put out, any intention that you speak will come into existence. But you have to be clear and believe in the intention. You have to be clear and believe in what it is that you need to do. It ain't coming in. Okay, let's pull out our list. Let's look at our stuff. What is it that we are not being honest about? What is it that we are not being transparent about? Okay? Let's be real. I'm going to be real with y'all all year. This is a new look. This is a new year, new me. And it really ain't a new me. Everybody who know me know this me all the time, 24/7. So, it's a new year. I'm not coddling y'all, though. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not coddling nobody this year. I'm really going to be real honest with y'all this year because I want y'all to get it. I knew I had to spoon feed y'all last year. Last year was like, let me baby you a little bit. I still am going to be Mama Bear, but let me baby you a little bit because I don't want you to, it's hard when you snatch truth from somebody, when you snatch the foundation from somebody. It's hard. When y'all are first coming into this awakening, and this is for my babies that's been with me for at least a year. When y'all first coming into the awakening, I know it's hard. It's an adjustment. You trying to find your footing, you trying to find your grounding. It's hard. Now we here. You passed pre-K. You passed pre-K. We in kindergarten now. We in kindergarten. We're in kindergarten now. And because we in kindergarten, we got to get, to some real meat and potatoes. We got to start building this foundation. We got to build the foundation. Okay? We got to be in the space that we are really, 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 okay, ready to do this work. Because I promise y'all, it's not going to be a day that you can be grateful for basic stuff. Because when you look out that window, it's going to be something different. And I'm trying to prepare y'all. I really am. There's going to be a lot of shifting and shaking over the next 5 years. It's a lot of shifting and shaking. And the stuff that people complain about is getting ready to come into fruition. And when it comes into fruition, are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you mentally, spiritually, emotionally prepared? Okay? The alchemist said, next level work, becoming God. No, you already God. It ain't becoming God. You already God, boo. You already there. And that's the first thing that I see. Like what I think last year taught me is that a lot of people say that they God, and a lot of people say that they got us, and not realize that they really are. That you really are connected to divinity. You really already everything that you need to be. You really are more powerful than you are allowing yourself to be. So what do we need to remove? What do we need to unblock? What do we need to clear out? What do we need to detox so you can walk in it? What do we need to clear up so you can walk in your true self? Because that's what it's all about. What do I need to clear up? What do I need to facilitate to help you become your best self? Because now, I know this year is going to be book season for me. I'm writing as much as I can write and put in one dynamic so y'all can actually read, digest, and apply this information. Okay? So this is me trying to, that's my tool. Because last year, I found myself getting a little frustrated. Because people are saying the same things over. And people are not understanding who they really are. And then, like I said, I do readings. But you shouldn't be getting a reading from me 4 and 5 times a month. You shouldn't. Once a month, maybe. 4 a year to 6, 4 to 6 a year. That's all you should. You don't need all of that. You might need confirmation, like, I think this is what I'm feeling, because you still kind of shaky in this. But you shouldn't be, no, boo-boo. You need to place different stuff in your life to help you facilitate your best self. Okay? You need to place different stuff. You should not, consistently be putting toxic stuff in your body. And I'm not talking about just food, even though that's one of y'all main culprits. Y'all eating stuff that is not meant for gods. Y'all are digesting shit that ain't meant for y'all. Especially when you deep in the rabbit hole. You in the ditch and you making the ditch worse. That don't make sense to me. Food has a very powerful effect on how we think, how we operate in our clarity. So you can't keep putting these heavy foods, these toxic, low vibrational foods in your body and expect for this evolution. Peace, everyone that's coming in. Hey, Sha. Okay? You can't keep putting certain stuff in your body and expect that you're going to be able to float. You putting bricks in your body. You putting cement in your body and expecting it to float. Know how to use it, though. Baby girl said, I just stopped eating meat this year. Good. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all. I do feel like I'm not, and anybody, like I said, who know me, I'm big on do what it is that fits your lifestyle best. Okay? But, number one, y'all have to understand when you are putting these foods that have high hormones, high processed stuff in it, fillers, so-called natural stuff in it, it is going to, your body is working harder. So now you're putting stress on your body to just digest food. And you sit here talking about you trying to get to your evolution. I don't stress for people to put, like, go vegan or go alkaline or do whatever. But I do say that when you are in a specific journey, you're trying to awaken your higher self, the best thing for you to do is eat very clean. Okay, so even if you eat meat, eat more vegetables than you eat meat. If you still eating bread, Eat more vegetables. Drink water. Oh, okay. I said this all last year. Please, y'all. Please, please, please. Drink some water. Quit walking around. You expecting to flow and operate in this spiritual realm, but you don't want to drink no water. You got to drink water. Water is one of your biggest spiritual tools. Y'all talking about a tool? Water. Drink you a gallon of water a day. You might not need that much because some of y'all might be little as hell. But drink you some water. That water is going to help clear up because the water flushes out toxins in your body. You can almost eat any type of diet if you're drinking enough water a day. I promise you. Because it's going to do what it's supposed to do. But you need to get your body out of the state of toxicity. You got to get your body out of the state of acid, which promotes disease. It produces disease. It produces dysfunction. It produces depression. It produces the cloudiness that you go through. It produces that negative self-talk. It allows your ego to roam freely. You got to get this clean and clear. So even if you eat in a certain way, drink a lot of water, get you a lot of fruits, get you a lot of vegetables in, okay? Yes, get sunlight. Sunlight is your friend, and it's free. Okay? Do the necessary things to uphold this temple because spirit is in this temple. And with spirit being in this temple, there's so many, we are complex, dynamic beings. So how could you not feel like we were connected to divinity? Everything that is on the outside of us is also in the inside of us. There is a mirror reflection within us. So how could you not feel like you are divinity? How could you not take care of this? The same way that you would not go outside and throw trash, some of y'all would not go outside and throw trash on your front yard. You should not be throwing trash in your body. Okay? Be real with that. What all do we need to do? That's what this year is about. What you need to do. What's left? What's still blocking you? Somebody asked a question earlier, and I'm sorry, I was in the middle of my sentence and I missed it. How do we determine what is blocked to move forward? Great question. Mirror work is really good. You have to be, a lot of our blockages come from childhood. A lot of our blockages come through our journey. And then not only do our blockages come through our journey and our childhood, okay, it also comes through, what story are we telling ourselves? I want to see, hold on, let me see if this is the first section of this workbook. Yeah. So the first section, the introduction is definition of self. Okay. And the first question, let me get exactly what the question is so I can tell you. So that's something that's free. That's a free jewel for y'all. It said, what lie or story have you conditioned yourself to believe? What is the recreation for that story? And so what that really is talking about is not the story. All of us have a story. Okay, let's be clear. All of us have committed to this story in our mind of who we are and what we're supposed to be doing. What is that story? And how did you come up with that story? Some of y'all are telling yourself that you will not be able to do certain things. How did you get to that conclusion? Some of y'all are telling yourself that you only a single mother. How did you get to that conclusion, beloved? Because if you really want it, that's a whole nother, I don't even want to go down the rabbit hole with that. Some of us are telling ourselves that we are not God, that we are not divinity. Some of us are putting limitations on ourselves. How did you get to that story? Really understand. How did I get there? What story have I been telling myself? What situations, what environment created the story that I told myself today? Okay? Right. What environment, what circumstances, what trauma y'all holding on to? You said it's being a goddess also portraying arrogance. No. Because goddess is just meaning a higher definition of who you are. That you are not above or below anything. Okay? So once we identify what our trauma is, what our blockage, what our story is, now you need to recreate. What is that story? What is the negative self-talk? Quit telling yourself that you ugly. If that's what your story is. Quit telling yourself that you're not a goddess. They did a great job of feeding and pouring into you that you are less than your whole life. That you have to look outside of yourself for this answer or for this miracle or for this cure or for this dynamics when everything already exists in you. We've been taught that since we probably came out the womb, that the higher power is outside of us. Why are you not connected to the power? There's so many dynamics that should make you feel and understand how divine you really are. How intentional this journey is for you. Just a simple fact. That's why I tell y'all to pull y'all natal charts. Especially if you're an older person. Because I'm like, when you pull that natal chart and you start to see the reflection of yourself in a chart that's based off of the stars. The time that you came in. The world. Just that little part should make you feel like you are bigger than who you are and who they taught you were. Okay? You got to unlearn to relearn this dynamic. You have to unlearn all of this craziness, all of this untruth, just to learn a different dynamic, just to learn this new walk for you. What does that look like for you? What story will you tell yourself? So that's my homework for y'all. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, that's my homework for y'all today. Okay? What is your story? What is your recreation? If you could tell the greatest story ever told, because now you got to look at yourself like you Jesus. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Close that door. Okay, wait. Close the door. Okay. What is the recreation of that story? If you were baby Jesus, or whoever you want to use. Y'all know I like to use Jesus. If you was the Messiah, what would that story look like for you? What story would you tell? What would be your superpower? Look at your life totally different. What specifics you need, Gregory? Now, if you don't know your time of birth, the best way for you to get your time of birth is if you know your city and state, call the Vital Records. Vital Records will tell you. It's on your mother's copy of your birth certificate. Your time of birth is always going to be on the mother's copy of your birth certificate. If you don't know what it is. So all you got to do is call Vital Records and they'll, some will just give it to you, depending on if you get the right one. Some will make you pay for a copy of that version. Okay. Yes, natal charts, your human design chart. And y'all know I'm going to be preaching the same stuff all year. Natal charts and your human design chart. You need that. You need that in your life. Listen to me. You need it in your life. All right. Peace, everyone. Peace, all my old heads. Been with me for a long time. Barbie, you said, yes, you notice how now you're focusing on keeping positive about why you're a single mother. You're not a single mother, baby. You're a goddess raising. You are a goddess chosen to bring life. Okay? You are a goddess chosen to bring life. The babies that came out of you, these little humans that you were blessed with, they chose you as a guy. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I'm going to share my story with you. Like, there was a point where I was like, God dang, why I keep repeating this cycle. Now, one is in my chart that I was supposed to repeat this cycle. It's in my chart that I was supposed to have 6 or 7 kids. I'm trying to leave it at 6. We're trying to leave this at 6, okay? All right. But I used to get stuck in that mindset. I used to get stuck in that what society has told us what single mothers are. Okay? Because they have painted a picture of what single motherhood is about. Now, let's be clear. I'm all about unity. I'm all about the family. I'm all about Black love, if you Black. I'm all about love. Let me say that. I'm all about love. Okay? I'm all about why it's important for you to have the divine masculine and the divine feminine in the household. Why it's very important. My mate knows I talk about this all the time. Why it's very important for the divine feminine to stay in her role. I'm all about that. But be careful of what you have allowed society to tell you and try to like put their label on you on what this single motherhood is about. Because it's bigger than that. If you were blessed to have babies to come through you, listen, that is a blessing. That means they chose you specifically to be the portal of their life. So what are you going to do from this point? You are supposed to guide them. We raising young gods and goddesses. We raising ancient ancestors. Okay? We're raising ancestors. There is my aunt coming through you, boo. Isis is coming through you. Listen. Whatever system that you believe in, that energy is coming through you. So you have to understand the importance and the responsibility that comes with that role. And sometimes this shit ain't easy because some of them you be wanting to put their ass on the doorsteps. I promise I be thinking real hard. Like, I can't donate their asses nowhere. I can't donate them nowhere. And sometimes I sit and wonder, like, why did y'all feel I was strong enough to bring? Because I have very, very strong children. All my babies are very strong-willed, are very knowing of who they are. Let me say that. They know who they are. They all have come with great power. All right. So for me to be the portal that get chosen as many times as I've been chosen, I've been like, God dang, can we spread the love here? Can we spread the love? But I am thankful. This particular time in particular, I believe Nazir is our name for the baby. Nazir has taught me a lot about that ideology that they place on us. So be thankful. Be appreciative. I know that I'm raising and cultivating a young God inside of me. I understand the importance with that responsibility. I'm very intentional on the energy I create around myself while I'm carrying him. Because I know he's coming at a time that is very unique and special. Okay? So I have to understand my importance, my role in their lives. Because some of us might have been placed just to be that. Some of y'all be wanting these dynamic. No, sometimes it might just be for you to be the portal for the greatness that's going to change the world. Or spark the flame that changes the world. And that all is, dependent on who you are what you cultivate, how you instill and pour into that soul. You have the most important job in the world. So when they say you a single mother, you can give them the middle finger. Give them the middle finger. Be like, I'm more than a single mother. I was blessed with a divine mission. Your divine mission is to pour into that soul. It's to pour into the soul. Pour into that beautiful spirit. Pour into that greatness. Because when you pour into them, we are able to raise other gods and goddesses instead of this recklessness that sometimes be happening, this brokenness that happens. We don't want our babies to become who we have become. Let's be honest. We want our babies to be better than us. Okay? You want your baby to be better than us. You want them to walk greater than you. You want them to go into kindergarten knowing that they a damn God. That's a scary understanding. Especially if you got strong-willed, strong-spirited children. Like, I feel for you. But you want them to go into the system. If you're putting them into the school system, you want them to go into the school system knowing very strongly who they are. Because they're going to take 12 years to try to break down that ideology. Okay? They're going to take 12 years. If your baby doesn't have the right tools to decipher and understand, they're going to take 12 years to break down who they are so they can become a slave to this society. It's divine order. Let's be clear. It's divine order. But if you give them the right tools, they know how to use the tools that the school even gives them. Okay? It's a balance. School system is not all bad. Y'all got to quit saying that. I had somebody the other day was like, oh, they not, they doing a home birth instead of a medical birth because they consistently push C-sections. And this is not knocking home births because I think it's a beautiful thing. But this is what I am going to say. You invite the experience that you are already cultivating here. I've been in the hospital with all my births just because I have a rare blood thing going on. Okay. Listen, I've never been forced to have a C-section. All my babies came vaginally. They don't, the hardest thing, probably the most that they harp on you about, well, for me, because I come in with a certain vibration, the most that they give me hell about is shots. You sure you don't want? No, I don't want that. I'm good. If it ain't a vitamin, we don't want it. We good. Okay? So it's about your vibration. What are you cultivating? Quit feeling like the whole world is against you, because it's not. I'm going to be keeping it 100. It's not. It's about what you already are carrying with yourself. If you carry that the world is against you, that's the shit you're going to get. Okay? If you carry that, whoever, John, Dick, Jane, whoever. Okay? Raekwon, Fruquan, whoever. If you carry the energy that they are against you, that's what you're going to receive. So you have to start with you first. We go back to what I started this whole thing about. Go back to self. Figure out what are you cultivating in yourself. Our homework, because I'm about to get off of here. Homework. We're going to have homework this year. And I'm going to use my workbook, of course. The first section is the introduction. And it talks about what lie are you telling yourself and what's the recreation. So identify. I want y'all to take time this week and identify. What lie are you telling yourself? What story have you bought into about yourself, about your dynamics, about your situation? And then what's your recreation of that story? I need for y'all to really think about that. Pour yourself into it. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a goddess? What does she look like? What clothes does she come? Yes, honey. Okay. What clothes does she wear? Does she dress like a goddess? What does her crown look like? Okay. Create that story. What does her environment say about her? When you walk into the environment of that goddess, okay, what does it say about her? For my men on here, when we come around you, what do we feel? Because with men, y'all are so special. Y'all are so special. I hope this don't cut me off. Y'all are so special. Y'all do not know how uniquely divine you are. Y'all can give off the energy of being God with very little. When y'all are walking in your truth, when y'all are walking in what this is for you, women will we want to be under you because you give off the energy of God. You give off the energy of, I am protected. I am provided for. I have nothing to worry about. I am okay with being my divine feminine self because I know that you being who you are will allow me to do that. No woman wants to operate in her divine masculine to the full extent. Let's be clear. We have been taught that. We have been taught that we have to embrace our divine masculine because if we don't, we're not going to survive. And now let's before somebody jump on here and be like, but I thought it is a balance. We do have to operate in balance, but it's more important for my women to operate in the divine feminine because there's power in the divine feminine. We have a specific job to do. We have a whole nother level of protection that we have to offer, not only our family, but the community. But when we have that divine masculine who stands in who he is, whether he's a father, a brother, a mate, a lover, it allows us to tap into our intuition. It allows us to tap into the supernatural powers that we actually have because we know we have them to stand in their stuff. I'm going to try not to cuss this year. It's not going to work. Okay? So my men, I need for y'all to stand in it. You got a sister, you better stand in that shit. You should not be saying, you got a friend that's raising boys by themselves. You should be over there helping. What energy do I need to provide? Okay? Stand in it. Don't be helping unless you got your mind right. Get your mind right. Get this right. Get yourself right first and then offer assistance. Get yourself right first and then be who you're supposed to be. But y'all job is so important. We cannot do what we do if you're not doing what you're doing. We can't. One cannot exist without the other. Let's be clear. One cannot exist without the other. I cannot exist without him. Okay? And my wholeness. All right? Y'all, my babies, my women, my queens, y'all get off that independent women shit. Quit buying into that shit. Quit buying. Yes, you can do it. You can. We can do all things. Let's be clear. We can do all things. But you also need him. You need that divine counterpart. I'm going to say divine counterpart because I know some of y'all ain't got a him. Y'all got a her. So you need that divine counterpart in order to stay balanced. So whatever role it is that you're playing, you need that divine counterpart. Why? Because he helps cultivate what it is that you're bringing into the world. you're bringing some beautiful things into the world. It's more powerful when you decide that you can operate together instead of being against one another. That's a whole nother thing, so we're not going to get into that whole, what you call it. We're not getting into that whole spiel. It's so much we got to tackle this year. Homework. What is the lie that you're telling yourself? All right. What's the lie that you're telling yourself? How can we recreate it? If you are interested in the workbook is on my website. I just got a new box in, a new shipment in, so they'll go out first thing this week. And the planner is available on the website as well. Like I said, it gives you a day-to-day guidance. This is for a day-to-day. The planner is more for like, if you've had a planner before, it's got a journal and the planner and the workbook and divination. You get a lot in one book. It's about 300. It's close to 300 pages. It's probably like 250. I can't remember. Okay. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I will that y'all are being intentional this week. Enjoy y'all Sunday. Rest, relax before this day kick off tomorrow. For Monday kickoff and kick y'all ass. And let's, be great. That's what you came here to do. Be great. All right. Peace.